Hi guys, it's Miss Simone. I know you guys have been doing a lot of analysis in the last few weeks, and this has been a little bit hard for some of you, but that's okay. I can see that all of you are learning and you're all improving. I'm really enjoying reading a lot of your responses, and a lot of you have very unique ideas and really interesting ways of looking at things, and I really appreciate that. So this week we're taking a little bit of a break from analysing, which is good, and we're writing our own poems, responding to Thomas Hardy. So we're thinking about what we've learnt from Thomas Hardy and what we have learnt from our life experiences, and what we can say in a poem for other people. What can they learn from us? So that's what we're doing this week, okay? So I need you guys to discuss with your groups and answer some of the questions on the sheet, okay? I need you to think about the poem that you have enjoyed the most. Which poem has been the most interesting for you or the most inspiring? So guys, I am also doing the same thing as you to show you how you go about thinking about your favorite poem and what it's taught you, and then trying to think of your own experiences, and then writing your own poem and how we write poems, okay? So this is all a step-by-step process. You don't need to write a poem as long as mine. You don't need to spend as much time as me writing a poem. I just need you guys to connect what you've learnt with something that you can share with other people. So you're building your knowledge and you're sharing it with other people in your poem. That's all I need you guys to do, okay? Okay guys, so my favourite Thomas Hardy poem is Neutral Tones. And this is what I think we can learn from this poem. My favourite line, or I think the most important line from that poem is, "Your eyes on me were as eyes that rove over tedious riddles of years ago." That, I think, is the most important line, because I think it tells us that we need to be patient, kind and forgiving, and focus on the future and hope, and not the past. We can't get stuck in moods, and we have to keep moving. That's what I think it's telling us. So I'm using that idea for my poem as well. So challenging experiences. This is something that I wanted to ask you guys about. This is on the sheet as well. So for me, you guys know that I've been living in Indonesia for 1 year already, all on my own. I don't have my family here. I don't have a boyfriend. I don't have a husband. I'm here all alone, just with my friends. So challenging experiences, being surrounded by a range of different people, all with different values, beliefs and career paths, trying to avoid tensions between people and groups due to differing beliefs, okay? So after my year here, I planned a family holiday for me and my family. That was an amazing experience, and my parents really saw how happy I was living here. So achievements, living in Indonesia for 1 year all on my own. So what I learned from my year here, this is something I want to pass on in my poem as well. What I learned is that the best information comes from friendly people I meet. Nothing I see online, nothing I see written in an advertisement. Talking to real people is really valuable, and making friends, genuine friends, is very valuable. Some sad experiences, having problems communicating with loved ones back at home and them not understanding what's happening to me and what I'm experiencing. Having issues with colleagues here in Indonesia due to differing values and personality clashes. This happening away from a support system, family and friends at home. So having to deal with new people, new situations, and having to deal with it all on my own. Okay, so these are the strong ideas I've got from this brainstorming, okay? These are the ideas I'm going to put into my poem. It is important to keep learning from others, no matter who they are, even people who have never finished high school and they don't speak your language. So we can learn something from anyone, and this could be a person that you're fighting with as well. It is important to stay calm and be careful with what you say. So if you're having a disagreement with someone, just be really careful, listen to them, be patient, and try and figure out what they're trying to say, and see if you can find a way to see eye to eye, okay? You can meet interesting people anywhere, and meeting them can change your day, your life, all those kinds of things. They can have a big influence on your life. Okay, so quotes from authors that have inspired me. This is Maya Angelou. My mother said I must always be intolerant of ignorance, but understanding of illiteracy, that some people, unable to go to school, were smarter than college professors. So what I think this is saying is, if you want to learn, then you are smart. Being ignorant, that means not caring, not listening, whilst having access to lots of information, is a sign of stupidity. So what I want people to learn from my poem: have an open mind, to be friendly, to enjoy meeting new people and learning from their life experiences. Everyone speaks body language, and it's interesting how some people who speak the same language cannot get along because of strong personalities and or cultures, but two people who speak different languages can get along fine if they are both friendly people. Okay, and also this is lots of things I've seen over time living in Indonesia, that shouting louder in English will not make people understand what you are saying if they don't understand the language. Very quickly, the person will understand that you don't care about them, about how they feel, or what they have to say. So, the title I've come up with for my poem is, What Does Your Face Say? So, this first part of my poem is not the real copy. This is just some ideas that I had down that weren't that good really, but I'm going to show them to you anyway because I think they're important. So I've tried to add the title in the first line. That's something that you can do. Thomas Hardy does it with I look into my glass. You can do this if you like. So I've tried to make the focus on choosing to learn and choosing to be happy and to want to learn on a certain day. Okay? Then I've got these lines. You can read them for yourself. I'll post this document on Edmodo, okay? See how I don't really think these are very strong, and see how I've got whiffs of smoke, if you know what I mean. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, and I can't really connect the metaphors very well. But some of these ideas are good. I'm willing to scrap this idea. Okay, so this is my good copy of What Does Your Face Say? Be ready to ask questions and to learn every day. To be curious should not be injurious in any way. Judge for yourself, embrace your peripherals. Trust the concrete physicals, not the whispering lyricals. What candor words can your lips conceal? What revelations could your eyes reveal? A face can say everything, or not much at all. Clues compound, however separate and small. There is wisdom in a sincere pearly smile. You should sit down, stay, and talk a while. Every story adds a link to your boundless chain. Oh, the inspiring people you may seldom meet again. Where do you come from? What can I learn? How can I share myself and help you in return? What lessons come from your confessions? I see you and your journey, not your indiscretions. What's the recipe for your ever-ready energy? the remedy used against that recurring enemy. The essence of trust is wanting to understand. To earn trust, you can't lecture, judge, or demand. In sharing and comparing, we find what's true, holding the compass, what I've done and can do. Suddenly the distant horizon now comes into view. Oh, the wonderful oceans of experience I've crossed with you. Okay, guys, so you can read my poem and you can analyze the comments as much as you like. So I've tried to add a lot of alliteration. That means using the same letter at the start of every word in a sentence, or trying to do that. So using a lot of letters, they're the same throughout a verse or throughout a line. I've also tried to add a lot of metaphors in there that relate to like a certain topic that I want you to imagine. So in this second last verse, I've got a lot of things that relate to cooking. So I've got the word recipe, remedy, and essence. So these words are all used in cooking because I want you guys to think that sometimes how we have to plan what we're going to do is sometimes a bit like experimenting. So planning our future is a bit like experimenting. We try to do some research and we come up with a plan, we test it out, and we look back on it and see if it's worked. It's a little bit like a recipe and a little bit like guessing. So that's what I want you guys to think with that verse. And in the last verse, I really want you guys to also understand that life is a bit of a journey and it's a bit of an adventure. And you've got to be brave, and you've got to test what you really think and what you want to find out. So in this verse, I've got the word compass, horizon, and ocean. So a compass, something that can show you where you want to go and what you want to do. Horizon means the future. So looking forward to the line on the water where the sky meets the water. And the ocean. So oceans, I think, are so big and wonderful, and there's so much that you can see and do. So oceans of experience. There's just so many people with so many stories. They come from so many different backgrounds, and there's a lot of wealth in their knowledge that you can gain from them, and a lot of wealth that you can share with them as well. So guys, I want some comments about my poem. And I'd like you to try and analyze it for me to see if we're thinking about the same ideas. So you don't have to write a poem as long as mine, and you don't have to write about what I'm writing about. I'm writing to inspire you guys to write and to learn from what you're writing about, okay? So I'm looking forward to seeing your poems, and if you have any questions or need any help, I can help you as well, okay? I'm going to publish this document on Edmodo for you to have a look at. So don't be afraid to make mistakes and to try out things that may not work. You can see that I've made mistakes in my poem, and I've changed things and I've done new things. That's all part of writing poetry, being able to experiment and to fix your mistakes later on, okay? Alright guys, it's been lovely to talk to you. Hopefully you'll learn something from this and you'll be inspired, and I can see you guys soon, okay? Alright, I'm looking forward to seeing your poems. Okay, bye guys!